They told us the school was empty. I heard knocking slow, steady, and coming from behind a door that no one had opened in decades. There's an abandoned middle school about 3 blocks from where I live. It shut down 12 years ago after a gas leak forced an evacuation mid-semester. There were rumors someone, maybe a janitor, never made it out, but nothing ever made the news. People just stopped talking about it, like it got swept under the rug. The building's been fenced off ever since. I pass it sometimes on the way to the store, always noticing how the windows are dark, even in daylight. Last fall, the city finally decided to demolish it. That's when I got the idea to go inside. I'm not proud of Itai. Wasn't he trying to be some urban explorer or get famous on TikTok? I just wanted to see it before it disappeared. Something about the place felt like a time capsule. I told my mom I was going to a friend's house, grabbed a flashlight, and squeezed through a bent piece of chain link fence around the back. The air inside was stale, not musty like an old basement, more like a room that hadn't been opened in forever. My footsteps echoed through the halls as I walked past collapsed lockers and shattered trophy cases. Dust hung thick in the air. The place was dead quiet except for the occasional creak of the building settling. I made my way down the main hallway, passing open classroom doors. Most were gutted desks flipped over, graffiti on the walls, old textbooks scattered across the floor. But then I came to a room that was different. It was the only door that was shut. A faded metal plaque next to it. Red Room 309. What caught my attention was that the doorknob looked newer, not shiny, just out of place. Like it had been replaced more recently than everything else. I tried the handle. Locked. At first, I thought maybe it was just jammed, but then I heard it a knock. 3 slow knocks. From the inside, I froze. My breath caught in my throat. I leaned closer, thinking maybe I imagined it. Then again, 3 knocks, and then a pause. I whispered, "Hello."
Before I continue, if this story gave you chills so far, take a second to like the video. It really helps. And if you've ever experienced anything remotely this creepy, drop a comment. I read every single one. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like true horror stories like this, there's more coming that's even scarier.
I stood there for maybe 30 seconds, listening, trying to rationalize. Maybe something fell. Maybe the building shifted. I was just about to turn and walk away when I heard something else. A voice. Muffled, whispering. Something I couldn't quite make out. I pressed my ear to the door. Pash. When the whisper stopped and the knocking started again. Faster this time. Urgent. I backed up. Something felt wrong. Not just creepy abandoned building wrong, but deeply, instinctively wrong. I turned to leave, but curiosity got the better of me. I figured I'd at least try to look in. I went around to the broken window next to the door and shined my flashlight in. The room looked untouched. No graffiti, no trash. Desks were perfectly arranged. The whiteboard was clean. A backpack sat neatly on one of the chairs. And then I saw the writing on the inside of the door. carved deep into the wood. Don't let it out. My flashlight flickered. I blinked and stepped back. That's when I heard something scrape inside the classroom, like fingernails dragging across the door. Then, from the other side, came a voice, clear this time, and close. Help me. It sounded like a child, maybe a girl. Soft, trembling, barely audible. Everything in me said go, but I couldn't move. Please, the voice said again. More urgent now. They locked me in. It's dark. My hand was on the knob before I realized it. I don't even remember making the decision. But just as I was about to try turning it again, something hit the door from the inside. Hard, then silence. And then a different voice. Lower, angry, whispering directly against the door. You shouldn't be here. I stumbled backward, heart pounding. My flashlight went out completely. The whole way behind me was pitch black. I fumbled with my phone, trying to turn on its flashlight. As I looked up, my stomach dropped. The door was open. Only a few inches, but it was definitely open. And I hadn't heard a sound. The room inside looked even darker than the hallway. I couldn't see the desk. The bag was gone. There was just a rectangle of blackness. Then something stepped forward, like it had been waiting. I didn't stay to see more. I ran. I don't even remember getting out. I just remember the cold air hitting my face when I burst into the parking lot, and the sickening realization that I had left the door open. I didn't sleep that night. I haven't really slept well since. The school was demolished a week later. Bulldozed everything, including room 309. But here's the thing. A few days after the demo, I passed the site again. It was all rubble, except for one thing. A door, propped up against a tree near the edge of the property. It was old, with peeling paint, but I recognized the handle. And carved into the center, deep and deliberate, were the words, "Thank you."
Now I have to ask, have you ever gone through something like this? Just anything you can't explain. It doesn't have to be the same as this incident. I might even feature it in a future episode. If I can get through reading it alone, tell me about your experience in the comments.